Make the ground shake.
Hello everyone and welcome to another tank review. This time we are going to look at the tier 7 British medium tank, the Comet. Now the Comet is one of the most famous vehicles in the game, thanks to some guys. It is a pretty average tier 7 medium tank that has some really great features on it and some really annoying features that really let it down. As always, we will look into the armor, and at first glance we are able to see that there isn't much to talk about it really. On the hull, at the most 76mm stick, which is pretty poor. Not only is it 76mm stick, but it's flat as a brick, so it will not bounce anything. This part here at 32mm, for guns that are, I don't know, 100mm or more will overmatch it, so it's an auto pen. Same goes with the side, only 32 and still flat, which means that anything that will shoot you into the hull will pretty much pen, unless you get really lucky. When it comes to the turret, however, it is certainly better than the Cromwell's, but it's not that better, because as you can see it is at 111 at the most, so don't expect some miracle bounces. I mean, some say that this turret can pull off a bounce. It can, but it's not that often. At 111, anything at tier 7 will easily pen if it does not shoot the gun mantlet. If it shoots the gun mantlet, there is some overlaying of the gun mantlet and the turret armor itself, so you get around 200, but in the center of the gun there is no armor, only spaced armor, so it might be an easy penetration. Another thing to note is this turret ring here, only 63, and if shot it jams the turret instantly, and the cupola is an obvious weak spot at 111, but don't aim at it, just aim at this flat zones here. Pretty much if you face an E50 or an E50M, same story. But the great thing about the Comet is its gun depression. If we look at it, I mean 12 degrees of gun depression. I haven't played a medium tank with more gun depression than this. It means that you can shoot at anything you will see. Any ridgeline is great for this thing, and you need to use and abuse it at all costs. Let's compare it to, I think, its closest competitor, the Panther. And on the first thing that really lets the Comet down, and it's probably the biggest drawback, is the penetration. 148mm compared to the 198 of the Panther. That means that at 50mm difference, that is a huge difference that is felt even at tier 7, even in a tier 7 game. But the damage output is slightly better, but this is where the gun can really shine. Its DPM, it is one of the best in the tier at 2.2k with no equipment or crew. The rate of fire is excellent since it has that DPM, but the thing about the DPM is that it's theoretical DPM. It's hard to manage it, if you know what I mean, because you have to just pump shot after shot after shot in order to achieve it. But if you can, this thing will do miracles for you. Another thing to note is the shell velocity. This thing is pretty much, its shell travels like an artillery shell. I mean, you fire and you literally see the shell flying, and that is not good for any target that is around, that is more than a, I don't know, 200 meters away. The view range 380, pretty standard for a tier 7 medium, and the camo values are pretty excellent on this thing. If you have a skilled out camo crew, you will do pretty okay. The accuracy 0.34, not as good as on the Panther, but it gets the job done. The 2.3 second aim time, one of the best in the tier, combined with the fact that you can mount vertical stabilizers, it feels really responsive. This dispersion here is a lot worse because the tank is a lot faster than the Panther itself. As I said, the gun depression at -12, the best of the tier, and it really comes into effect if you know how to use and abuse it. The turret reverse 38 is really good, but another weakness of this thing is the health reverse. It may not be as bad as on the Panther, but at 36 it really lets it down. I mean, the T34 one gets around 45, and there is a huge difference if you try to circle strafe a TD or some slow heavy. The power output is okay at 650, since the tank is pretty light, so you get around 20 horsepower per ton, and the soft stats are not half bad either. The top speed could have been higher, but it's not bad. It is certainly achievable easily on the flat. The hit points at 1150 are pretty average. For equipment of this thing, I would go Comet optics, a vertical stabilizer, one of the few things at tanks at tier 7 that can mount it, and a gun rammer just to boost the DPM. This tank doesn't get its ammo rack, or it is not set on fire from the front, so you can go with padding at E, but I like to play safe and go with fire extinguisher. For the crew of all the obvious skills, 6 Sense, Brothers in Arms, Recon, Snapshot, Camo, I would choose Camo over repair, since if you get tracked you can repair it, and if you get tracked again you're pretty much dead anyways, because either if you get tracked again it will be by a low caliber gun and you won't be able to repair it either way, or if it's a big caliber gun you might have a chance. So I've chosen Camo over repairs on my thing, but you can go 50-50 either way. That's enough of this spreadsheet talking. Let's get into some gameplay. And here we are in the game. It's a standard battle on Fisherman's Bay. For the beginning of this game I usually go on G3. It's a really nice hold down spot, but since I do not have a 6th sense on this thing, it is pretty risky. I don't know if when I get spotted and if I will get spotted there. So the house on that I'm about to use here is pretty valid choice. Now you are seeing me shooting this house down, because it is opening a direct line of fire to any TDs and heavies that will try to camp around E8. Now I am waiting for some targets here. I do not want to play aggressive. I know that this game, since I am top tier, it depends a lot on me, and I will try to do my best. I do put one shot into the turret of the Cromwell B, and I did not have the reload to put a second shell in, so I pull back. I have a T28 backup, which is sort of nice for me. The 12T rushes for no absolute reason in the city, and the M6 isn't paying attention to me, and I put one shot and the 12T finishes him off. Now looking at this, I think that the 12T will be dead now, and luckily our RT a counter battery is the enemy GW a Panther. Now you can see the slow shell velocity on the first shot on the Cromwell Berlin. I will try to push around the town and go around the A line, because there is some great concealment there that I can use, and they do not have a lot of tanks here. I would prefer if the Tiger pushed first, since he has some armor, but there is no time to wait, and I just want to get this over with. Now you will see a sequence of badly aimed shots by me that should have hit. It didn't. I do put one shot into the T-37. He puts another one. I think that I could have shot him there, but I did not see the rock. I put another shot in. Fire. He ammo racks me and he gets taken out. Tried to put a shot into the Tiger as a pullback, but that only led to destroying my own concealment, which was not nice. I bounced on his side, but the way he is moving now, he is pretty much dead, I think. And now I will stop to shoot, since he is not even looking my way. Now I am bouncing shot after shot, but now one connects and we are already up to 1k damage. So if you are able to make this gun sink, damage will build up, but it is not a thing that can trade. It needs to be exposed for quite a lot of time in order to be effective. I do have shots on this hammer. I do put one shot into him. The Achilles puts a shot into me and puts two shots into me before I realize that I cannot outspot him and I need to pull back immediately. This 87 is spotting me for him, which is bad, but I will try to make the most of it now. He gets taken out by the T-20 and I decide to move up. And this is pretty much where I think that I made the mistake. I think that I can move up, but the Achilles spots me just before I make into the soft cover, even though now I am unspotted. He can pretty much blind fire, so I use my repair kit and move back and forth in order to jiggle him. He blinds firing now, and I hope that he won't kill me, and somehow he bounces a couple of shots which do save my life, and that means I pretty much got lucky here with him, and that was sorry miss, but I do finish him off now. I do have this lovely sight of this stock, and I will go into town on him, and now you will just appreciate this DPM. Just look at how quickly I can tear this stock a new asshole. Already half his health is gone, and another shot in, and I'm pretty much running out of AP. I do have shots on this T-150. He is protecting me his side, no need for a PCR during this matchup, I think. That's another shot in, and I will try to take him out now, and I do that. The KV-2 and the SU are left. A very quick game for me, and already only 4 AP shells left. I would not go with more AP shells, because you need those APCR shells in the tier 9 games, because if you don't have them, pretty much any tier 9 tank can pen you easily and you won't be do anything to him. If we take the T-54 for instance, even with APCR you cannot do anything to him, but you might have a chance if he is playing badly, but with AP there is no chance of you doing anything to him. Putting another shot into the SU before he gets taken out and by the T-20, and the game is over. Let's look into the post-battle results. And here are the post-battle results. As you can see, I managed to pick up Ace Tanker, Confederate and High Caliber. If you look into the team score, we can see that we did finish top on experience, damage and kills with 1.2k base experience, 3 kills and 3.4k damage, which means that we carried this one pretty much, not all overrun, but our flank was dealt with by us. You can see that the T-20 was with us the whole time, but he didn't have the DPM, so he has 8,000 less damage than us. Into the detailed report, you can see that we did fire 42 shots, 31 hit and 25 penetrated. Those are horrible ratios, but that is to be expected with the Comet, because you do take some opportunistic shots, and since you have the combo of a fast rate of fire with bad penetrations, you do miss a lot of shots and you don't pen a lot of shots, but that is the Comet way. We did 2000 damage from a sniping distance, and from our 9 received hints, only 2 managed to bounce with 150 damage blocked by armor. We did spot only 1 enemy vehicle and 1000 assistance damage. That was all of it for this game. Let's get into the second one. And this is the second game of this review, and this is pretty much the worst matchmaking a Comet can get, I think. A tier 9 match with only 3 tier 7s on each side, which means that we will have our work cut out for this game. When I got into this matchup, I was pretty skeptical, because I thought that I firstly will have to fire out of APCR, but even with that I am pretty outclassed by every single tank on the enemy team. The position you're going to see me use is pretty decent in the Comet, since you have that excellent gun depression and pretty okay camo values. Now I do not have 6 cents on this thing, so this makes this game even harder. Our T-44, pretty excellent player, has to be said. How to throw your tank 1-on-1 right there, and now I just try to use his wreck as cover and conceal my tank as hard as possible in order to do good. I do not want to go up and spot, because that in my opinion is too risky, and the T-54s are pushing as well, which are the Comet's worst nightmare, alongside with the E-50, which the enemy team has those one as well. The T-32 has a pretty flat side armor, and I put 1 shot. The T-54 also presented me his side, and that's 2 easy shots into those 2 tanks. But as you can see, this tank will need a lot of shots to whittle down the enemy team. I do spot a pattern is spotted now by me in the open, and this gun even struggles with the hull of the pattern, which isn't renowned to be the strongest. And right there you saw the balance, that is artillery. The pattern got what it deserved, it camped pretty hard, and boom, 1 shot from the RT. Fair and balanced. Anyway, back to the game. I do not wish to go any further than that. This SU and me will be nudging ourselves this whole game, but to be honest, he was the reason we won this game. He was great support, we were supporting each other, even though I'm 2 tiers lower than him. He was a proper teammate, and we did a hell of a job. So far, amazingly, I haven't even fired 1 APCR shell. Now I'm certain that I got spotted by that T-54 right there, but since he is not even looking my way, I will put another shot into his turret hatch. I immediately pull back since I do not want the SU to be shot. I do put a shot into the SU with trade, but I have a much greater DPM. Now I am hull down and I do set the T-34 to on fire, and combined with my shots, he is destroyed within seconds. That was, I don't know, 10-15 seconds and a whole T-34 to destroy it. Maybe, I don't know, he wasn't a good player for not carrying fire extinguisher, but that was that. I do have shots on this IS-2, an easy victim, and I put one shot into him. This T-30 is presenting me his side as well, and this is where I kind of got really angry with the SU. I received a very big shell from the T-30 for absolutely no gold, for absolutely no reason, but that was that. At least I'm alive. This T-54 is looking my way, and I try to pull back. Now you see me what I'm doing here. Pure support, no need to rush. I cannot do anything in this game. I'm not a tank that is carrying, that's supposed to be the one that decides this game, unlike the other one. The 3090 is making a run for it, and if he shoots me I'm dead, but it's a 3090 and its velocity on the move is pretty bad. I do put another shot into him, he bounces on my track and the SU takes him out. The guy that cost me 750 health now saves my life, which is great for him. And already we are up to 3.3k damage. Another quick game and the DPM really builds up. The SU fails the fairness and balance of the artillery and gets shot down, but at this point there are only 2 tanks left, and the T-32 takes me out. I could not do anything against the held down T-32, so that was that from this game. I think we will cap out, and we will win by capping. So let's look into the post-battle result. Here are the post-battle results of that game. Apart from Ace Tanker, I didn't really get any battle hero medals, since I didn't shoot out of targets to get a Confederate, and I didn't do pretty high on the damage front to get a high caliber. Those are the usual ones that I get, but I will state again, I was 2 tiers lower, so I think I did okay. If we look into the team score, we can see that we did finish top on experience and second on damage, with only less than 100 damage away from being on the top. The SU 12254 managed to beat us, but then again 3.4k damage in a tier 9 game in a Comet is pretty spectacular in my opinion. We did manage to secure only 3 kills, but I think all of those were a higher tier tanks than ours, and 1.5k base experience, which is the highest I've managed to pick to get in the Comet. If you look into the detailed report, we can see that we did fire 26 shots, 22 hit and 22 penetrated. I'll be honest, I did not expect all of those shots to pen. Usually even in a tier 7 match they don't, but the enemy was, I don't know, kind of stupid enough to let me shoot their sides and rear, and I managed to do that. Plus I got lucky with the fire on the T-34 too, but that's another story. We did receive 5 hits, all of which penetrated. 1 hit our tracks. Can't deny that was lucky, but that was that. I mean, we did receive 750 damage for no reason, so it kind of balances it out. We did spot 2 enemy vehicles, damaged 9 and destroyed 3. We even did some spotting damage at 1.2k. Anyway guys, that was my take on the Comet. It's a pretty funky tank, it's fun to play, it has it is certainly a powerful tank. The more if it gets into a top tier matchup, it can pretty much dominate, but if you get into if you are bottom tier, you will struggle, even though, as I showcased, it is possible to do great in it even at that kind of a matchup. It is certainly not my cup of tea. I prefer the T-34-1 with its huge alpha damage for the tier, which can which tier 9 tanks feel it and don't think somebody is tickling them when they are getting fired at, but that is just me. Hope you enjoyed this video, and bye for now.